The spasmodically squirming, braying, and snorting half-corpses were heaped each upon the other until at last I was rid of them. The warrens had become a landfill of snout and hoof, gristle and bone, a mountainous, twitching mass of misshapen flesh fusing itself together in the darkness.
All right, boys, it is time to get to work. We have an interesting team this time. That is designed to try and counteract the. Let's see. I need to make sure we got. You definitely want this. I want this, and then let's try to knock down. Should have went with Hound's Watch there. That was a mistake. Not a huge mistake though. Let's try and knock. Nope, I guess we will be going with Therapy Dog here. I thought we would have been able to do Encouragement twice, but it shouldn't matter. The Flesh is not a stress-inducing character, unless it just gets a lot of lucky hits. But, so here's our team. Astro Monkey's going in, and he's got an interesting setup of items. He's got Wilbur's Flag and the Ancestor's Handkerchief. The reason for this is because he's going to be guarding the front two ranks. And the Flesh is capable of stunning a decent bit, and if they target the person he's guarding with a stun, he'll intercept it, and if he gets stunned, then it shakes the guard off of him. So that'll give us a pretty good chance to ignore stun. Also, it gives us plus 10 dodge, and we just used a camping dodge ability. This gives me dodge, and then I'm going to use Bolster. So there's a good chance that we'll be able to avoid attacks altogether. Now, the Ancestor's Handkerchief is there, mainly for the bleed. Like, the disease resistance played some role in arriving here, but the main thing is that this is going to protect us from the incidental bleeds that the Flesh causes with its bite attack. 50% bleed resistance is pretty good. We should be able to avoid a lot of the bleeds. So over here is our main source of damage is going to be Tony. He's going to just be mashing Hound's Harry. He's basically just Hound's Harry for days, boys. To make that easier, he's got a Bleed Stone, and then I couldn't think of what else to put on him, so I just put the Survival Guide on to try to make the trip here a little easier with the Scouting and the Trap Disarm. Got a little bit of self-heal in the event he, gets in trouble or something, but he's basically just going to be using this ability like crazy. Hound's Harry. Over here we've got Snowy Yuki, who I'm going to readjust. Like, I should probably go and do that. Let's go and rest. So Snowy Yuki is going to be using a different setup of moves. Probably a setup more like this, just so that so the Flesh is vulnerable both to bleed and blight. It just depends where. That's basically the issue. So I think I'm going to do it like that. There we go. Now we'll be able to stun the rear, and we can attack, you know, with a good bit of versatility. And that's going to be our attack blend there. And so basically, Snowy Yuki is here to cure some of the status effects, as well as just stack up more damage over time on the Flesh. And then Lucky Duck is here just with the standard healing build. And we've got, like I said, we got a lot of resistance items. Fortifying Garlic. We've got, over here, we've got the Hag's Ladle, 40% Blight Resist. So it's important that the back ranks have Blight Resist and the front ranks have Bleed Resist. And so the front rank technically both have Bleed Resist in the sense that he's going to get protected, and he has the Bleed Resist, so he's going to basically extend it forward. So the Flesh should be in this room. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't be in this room, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, in we go. Let's see. The strategy here is to be a little more defensive, and we're just going to stall out the Flesh, basically.
Squirming, contorting, and ever-expanding.
Oh,
this
interesting.
Horror must be unmade.
So one of the weaknesses of the Flesh is that because he randomly mutates, he's actually vulnerable to bad randomness like this. Like, this is such a terrible start for him. And basically, that's what this team that we're using is going to kind of feed into, this idea that this turn here, we have the time to set up and everything, just because there's really not a lot the Flesh can do. Let's go ahead and just stun the front head. Oh, he resisted. That's unfortunate. Let's see. I'm going to go for the blight attacks in the back. Maybe we can start stacking it. Yeah, good. We just stacked it up a bit. Okay, good. We resisted. Now we're going to get the bleeding going. Every single person affected, every section. Okay, so this is where we want... Hopefully we can go before the head. I wouldn't be surprised if the head gets to go earlier, but... That's fine, if the head goes first. Let's go for... Let's stack up the blight again on the back. Let's see if we can get lucky. Oh man, because this one's a little more resistant to blight, so we did. Another dodge, like we did, remember, we stacked up the dodge quite a bit. Okay, we actually get to go first, so if the head chose to bite, the head can only attack the front two regs, so if the head went for Tony, we'd be a little vulnerable. The head does a lot of damage, but he's, like, basically, he's just gonna stack up his armor like crazy. Now let's stun another person. Let's stun... you. You have 50% resistance to stun, so we should be able to get that. Head goes for Maws of Life, but gets dodged from all of the stuff we've stacked up.
Impressive.
So, like, while we're not doing a crazy amount of damage, the issue is that we are taking away a lot of the effectiveness of the Flesh. Like, the Flesh is having a lot of trouble doing damage right now. And basically, the reason we're going to be doing damage through its inability to cope with... its inability to project damage reliably, because the Flesh can't count on its attacks. Like, the Flesh cannot be assured of what kind of abilities it has available. And, like, we're doing way more damage than the Sanguine Stroke can keep up with, so it's perfectly fine. And I'm just going to continue getting little stuns here and there. The bleeding continues. Like, he cannot pump blood faster than we can get. Let's actually activate, get a little extra damage because he didn't have armor there, but now we can start counterattacking. And we're just going to keep stacking up this blight in the back. All of our abilities are making it through. So he got his offensive head in here, but at the same time, there's just nothing he can do about it. And now we've got 60% protection, so even though his head does a lot of damage, it's just not going to matter. So does a lot of damage, no doubt, but we resisted the blight. Another dodge. Now we can actually heal for once. This is the first time we've actually needed to heal. And the oh, man, he dodged every one of our attacks. How interesting.
That devastating blow.
Taking a ton of damage over time. So that time he actually got his cleaving attack, that's why he made it through. So he has a chance to cleave. Like, it's not a guaranteed thing, though. It's random. Like, the Flesh is just, like, he's just a really random boss. Trying to fight, but all he's doing here is he's healing so little damage, and all he's doing is further reducing the,
grievous injury.
all he's doing is further reducing his damage output on us. Resisted the effect there, which is nice.
Its destruction
And that's
is
the end of it.
Consolation, given the implications of its terrible existence.
I'll take everything.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Here, give me all that stuff. Back to the Hamlet, boys. Let's see our trophy. So we got another one of these rings. I like these rings, but now I got 4 of them, so, like, I don't need any more. I'll sell this one. But now we have the Flesh's Heart, which gives us 50% bleed resist, which is pretty nice. I do like bleed resist. And 15% max health, which is, you know, just a nice... But if it was just 50% bleed resist, that'd already be pretty good. I'll probably find a use for this. And, you know, we got a little bit of gold. I mean, we didn't fully explore everything, but we got... there we go. We got a lot of gold for the boss and the actual mission completion, so that's perfectly fine. Now, that fight went pretty well. Even though you might think, oh, did you get lucky with those dodges? Kind of. It's not necessarily lucky, just because it was part of the plan to stack up our dodge with the camping ability and then the bolster ability. So like that was part of the plan. So getting those dodges, you know, like debatable. You know, it just depends on how you think. Like we did intend to get dodges.
Women and men, finally, resigned to his uncommon corporeal resilience, I lured him to the dig. There, I showed him the thing and detailed the full extent of my plans. Triumphantly, I watched as he tore his eyes from their sockets and ran shrieking into the shadows, wailing maniacally that the end was upon us all.
All right, boys, here we go again. This time we are going after the Prophet and get this going. And once again, we got Astro Monkey. The Man-at-Arms is one of the characters I like a lot. So that's why you're going to be seeing the Man-at-Arms. I want to get these damage abilities going. And we'll just leave the stress alone. So, here is the team. Astro Monkey, this same setup as usual. This time he's got Wilbur's flag in order to prevent himself from being... his guard getting interrupted, because this boss can stun multiple people. And even if they don't target Astro Monkey directly, the fact that he's guarding other people means that he's more likely to be stunned, and I don't want them to shake his guard off. And then, just because, you know, taking hits from those falling rubble can do so much, we've got this to help him recover from health, or recover from the damage quicker. Over here, we've got Laughing Zed. He's needed for two things. He's going to be using the Vulnerability Hex to mark the boss, and then he's going to be using the Weakening Curse to reduce the damage that the boss can do, and of course, also have the Weird Reconstruction available in the event a heal is needed. Over here, we've got, you know, Flora's Java, standard healing setup. Oh, let's look at our items as well. So over here, we've got Demon's Cauldron, which gives us 40% debuff skill chance. That's what we're mainly using it for here. I want to make sure my my debuffs affect the target, and then the steady bracers for more accuracy. Over here, we've got two healing items just for like really heavy-duty healing is what we're going for. And over here, we've got Xandero, who's going to be taking advantage of our marks with a Necromancer's Collar. And that's going to give us 20% damage versus Unholy and 8% critical hit chance against Unholy. And then the Focus Ring for more accuracy and crit against just everything. That should ensure that... It's very important that she hits pretty much every turn. Like, that's like... If she misses, like, that's like where pretty much all of our damage is coming from. So she needs to hit every turn and crit as many turns as possible. And we'll see how it goes. This team should... I don't see why this team won't do well.
The madman hides there, behind the pews, spouting his mindless drivel.
Okay, so... looks like he is targeting two of our locations, which means I am just probably going to... So basically, if I use protection here, it's going to cleave anyway. So I think I'm going to use this as a chance to set up dodge, just because, like, we need to dodge. We only have to use it once per thing anyways. Don't really have an ability to use here, so I guess we'll just hit the front thing. And we are ready to start commencing the beatdown. 50 damage right off the bat. Okay. Here comes the Rubble of Ruin. Oh, nice. Nice. That worked out. You know, like, you never know what's going to happen with these, but that worked out just fine. And now we're going to start Weakening Curse. And the debuff goes off with our enhanced debuff probability. Let's go ahead and just keep everyone topped off. So now, when the Rubble of Ruin hits, it's not going to do as much damage. Now, even though I can't block for both of us on a cleaving attack, I can still reduce the damage I'm taking. So here, the stun resist was successful, so it stunned him, but not him. Let's get another hit on him. 57 damage. Rubble of Ruin. And it's a miss. Very nice. Same pattern again. And I'm just going to continue to stack this up because, like, I don't have anything else to do. And what this will do is cause my protection value to just keep going up. Now I take 60% less damage. Keep everyone topped off. He's going to try to poison everyone. Gets a few of them off, but not too bad. Oh, looks like our mark wore off. That's why we didn't hit as hard. But that's because what's-his-name got stunned. Going for the front targets again. We need to remark. Okay, here we go. Here's our chance to mark again. This puts us back where we should be. Go ahead and just keep that armor at the max, so in the event he gets hit, keep everyone topped off. And here we go again, this time with the mark. 40 damage natural. That's a dodge. Stacking up the dodge, paying off pretty big time there. Look at the difference in damage there. And let's go ahead and debuff his damage some more. Although it probably won't matter anymore after this. I believe that we will score our killing blow. Go ahead and heal. And blast him.
And
that's the end of him.
Claims to precognition were dubious at best. And death, they are ridiculous.
We'll take it. And that is the end of it. A successful hunt. Obviously, the falling rubble still devastating, but stacking up the dodge definitely worked in our favor there, as well as just doing our damage through the marked targets. By doing all of our damage through the marked targets, it means we can bring a ton of support characters to defend against his attacks. So the trophy we get is the Prophet's Eye. 15 accuracy in position 4, 3 speed in position 4, and 15% less stress in position 4. Definitely useful for a, what do you call it? Someone like our Musketeer. Astro Buggy finally can take some time off and actually get rid of that disease he has. In fact, all these people are going to go in. Overall, pretty good.
Death and demise.
Oh,
Cause for celebration.
the tavern will be open later than normal. Throughout the celebration, residents are asked to maintain some semblance of decorum when leaving after midnight. I'm sure that'll happen. All right, so we have almost all of the bosses down. All we need to do is get the Cove and the Weld boss, or the Weald, whatever. And then eventually we go into the Darkest Dungeon. I only have a few characters left. I think these are all the characters remaining that are, yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters remaining that are not prepped at level 6 to give us the maximum options flexibility for attacking the Darkest Dungeon. But yeah, we will see how it goes. Oh, another one of these. I definitely want another Book of Sanity. Minus 20 stress, that's pretty good. It's only a little bit worse than the Aria box. Where is that at? Aria box. Yeah, Aria box, minus 25% stress, so like that's pretty good. You can only have one Aria box, whereas you can have multiple Books of Sanity. So that's really good. So overall, a great and successful hunt, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Like this video if it was entertaining, subscribe for future, I'm about to say grounded, Darkest Dungeon content. And of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.